Hello crafters, welcome to my spaceship of the imagination. In my special spaceship we can craft and make anything, but today we are going to make some nasty alien eggs. So let's go to our table and start crafting those alien eggs. Hey guys, here's what I'm going to use to make the eggs. This stuff's called Crayola Model Magic, and I really like it for several reasons. One is it's fairly inexpensive. It's air dry clay, but it doesn't get hard like standard air dry. It's kind of rubbery, so it has a nice tough texture. Won't break or crack, and I really like that. So let's get to the table and start sculpting those eggs. Here's my Model Magic, and I keep it in a jar to keep it fresh. And you can keep the excess in the jar. Here I'm rolling it up into an egg shape. Got that. I'm going to use a cheap sculpting tool with a blade on it and just kind of sculpt the folds in the top of the egg. Define those a little bit. I'll put it in a little egg shape, and I'm going to put a toothpick in there because I need to get some texture on this. So I'm going to use a sanding sponge and just kind of roll it over that, and that'll put some nice texture on that egg for me. Let's define those folds a little bit more. And it's all set. It's all ready to go. Now the next egg here I'm going to do is I'm going to do an open top one. So I'm going to cut those a little bit and pinch out those folds somewhat so I can get that open egg shape. And I'm going to use a probe and just poke into the egg to get the open egg. Define those folds a little bit more and put the texture on. There we go, it's all set. For the bases I'm going to use these washers, and these are not quite an inch. But I'm going to secure them to this pad first, this piece of paper. That way I can do the detail on the washers first before I add the eggs, and this will secure them, keep the washers from moving around. I'm just cleaning it up a little bit. So now I'm adding the texture. I'm just using my small glue gun and just pulling out from the center, and that will give a nice kind of texture to the bottom of the egg. And I'll just continue to do that with the other pieces, and then we'll be ready to go for the next step. Now here I've got the egg, and I'm going to put some glue on the bottom. I was a little messy on the bottom because I want some of that a little bit of that glue to go up onto the egg itself. There we go, we just finish up, and you can see I'm just putting it generously on there. Now I'm going to help secure these a little bit with some white glue. This is not necessary, but it just gives a little bit of strength, extra strength to add to secure it to the base. Now let those dry. So here we go, I spray painted my egg black. And I have my green paint, light green paint. You could really use any light green paint. Here I go, and I wet the paint quite a bit, and it's almost like a wash. So see, there we go. Now I'll let that dry. And I'm going to use another green. It's a slightly different green. You'll be able to see on my palette here the difference between the two. The other one's a little brighter. So I'm just going to take that and just give it some highlight a bit, and hit the sides a little darker, and the bases also. Now here I'm going to add some red ochre, and this will give a little variation in color on the egg itself. So I'm going to do it very wet, like a wash. So I'm not trying to cover up the green, just accent it with a bit of a different color. Now I'm doing the inside of these eggs with a peach color, or a salmon I should say. So more of a salmon color. Now I'm going to accentuate the folds in the egg with some very watered down black, and also on the base. If it gets a little out of control, you can wipe it off with your finger. Same with the open egg, just pull out those folds and the base. I want to make the eggs glossy. I'm going to use this Mini Wax water-based acrylic. And here I have a cutting board to keep the mess down. Now I'm going to use the acrylic and just brush it on. Make sure you don't get it too thick, or it can get a little translucent. So I want to keep it transparent and just glossy on the surface. So I just cover those up with that water-based gloss. Sergeant, the blast door is closed. We must open the blast door to enter. Oh, I can help. Baldric, what are you doing here? You're in the wrong genre. Oh, sorry. Alright, let's get that door open, men. Alright, let's check out the room. What are these interesting objects? Let's go check them out. Alright, let's file in. Let's examine these. Okay, let's get a little closer to this one. Get it off my face! Get it off my face! So here we go. Here's an egg, and I think they came out really great. Has a nice variation in color. That folds are really accentuated on the top. And here's an open egg, so that little bit of salmon color in there just gives it the difference to differentiate it from the other eggs. And there we go. Oh, stabilizers! Whoa! Whoa! Oh, there we go. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the alien egg video. If you liked the video, please give me a like. If you would like to join others who enjoy crafting as much as we do, make sure to join my forum. The link's in the description below. And also I have a Facebook group. We'd love to have you. And keep crafting, and remember, no one can hear you crafting in space.